Hi all, welcome back to the Walnut. In this aptitude session, I am going to discuss a very interesting result related to dishonest seller. It's a frequent type of question from the area of percentages. Question is very simple. Suppose a dishonest seller making some changes in weights and price, how that will affect his entire profit or loss from the transaction. So first we can consider a very simple example here. It's a most frequently asked question. Suppose while selling goods, a dishonest seller is weighing 10% less and professing to sell the product at the cost price itself means he is pretending that he doesn't make any variation in its price. So as per the decrease in weight, definitely he will make a percentage of profit. So how to find out what is that percentage of profit? And suppose consider the second example. Here, the seller weighing 10% less in each transaction and he is charging 10% more than the usual cost price. So it will make a double effect. So the profit percentage will become something more than the initial set of calculations. And the third example, suppose he is weighing 20% less and charging 10% more. It's almost similar to the same concept, only the value-wise difference here. Here, I'm going to explain what is the easiest way to make a conclusion on this kind of problems. So it's a very tricky approach. What you have to consider while doing almost all the profit loss related questions and the application of percentages. So if we need to catch the percentage of profit or loss in a transaction, you have to follow only two basic components. The first one is cost price. That is the base of profit or loss percentage calculation. And for getting the idea about profit or loss, you need to collect or you need to follow what is the selling price. How to reach the conclusion of profit or cost price and selling price with the help of these data that I will explain in a very simple way. It's a very simple tool but much more effective. What you have to consider? Suppose you just consider cost price and selling price directly. So what you have to consider as the initial cost price and selling price in each set of example. Suppose we just consider initial cost price as 100 and selling price as 100. This is the starting assumption. Then after that, what you want to do, the variation applicable on weight, that you have to enter as a variation in the column of cost price. For example, here the weight is decreased by 10%. What do you want to do? You just simply subtract 10 from 100. And on the right side, variation in price. He didn't make any variation here, therefore 0 means no change. Then consider the resultant values. This is 100 minus 10, that is 90. And on the right side, that is selling price, no change here, this is 100 itself. So we got the actual cost price and selling price, or the effective cost price and selling price as per these variations. So consider 90 rupee as the cost price and 100 rupee as the selling price. So what is the profit here? So here it's a profit of 10. And how to catch the profit percentage? That's very simple. If you have the profit and the cost price, you can find out what is the profit percentage. How to find out it? Profit percentage is simply profit is what percentage of cost price. So this is 10 by 90 into 100. After simplifying this, you will get the answer as 11 and 1/9%. So here the profit is 11 and 1/9%. It's the most frequently asked set of values. So you have to keep this value in your mind and understand this method also. So consider the second example. Here 10% decrease in weight means this dishonest seller is weighing 10% less in each transaction and selling or increasing the price by 10%. So as per the same concept, we just consider cost price and selling price. Here we are starting from the initial values such as 100 and 100. So here weighing 10% less. So subtract 10 from here. You will get this as 90. And charging 10% more. So here you have to add a 10 to this 100. Here you will get the sum as 110. So consider this as the effective or the net cost price and this as the net selling price. What is the variation here? Here we can easily catch it's an increase of 20 rupee out of 90. So you can easily catch what is this percentage here, profit percentage, that is 20/90 into 100. And this value, it's easy to find because here we know that 10/9, that is 11 and 1/9. So keep that value in your mind because I already mentioned that point. It's a frequently testing set of values. So while using this first information, you can easily catch what is the second value. This is simply the second multiple of this first set of value. What is second multiple of 11 and 1/9%? Just simply multiply it by 2. That is simply 22 and 2/9%. So here the second variation, that is 22 and 2/9%. In the similar way, you can catch the third set of values also. Here, without doing this types of initial set of assumptions, you can easily catch which are the representing cost price value and selling price value here. What you want to do? 20% decrease. So you just simply consider cost price as 80. Why 80? So that is 100 minus 20. And selling price as 110. Here that is 100 plus 10. So this is 110. Just catch what is the variation here? This is 30 rupee increase. So here an increase of 30 rupee, or that is the profit. And you have to catch this 30 is what percentage of 80. So hence here the profit percentage is 30/80 into 100. So that's equal to 37.5%. Got it clearly? So it's a very interesting and very useful tool while considering this set of problems. So I will explain once again. So if the dishonest seller is making a change or variation in weight, that you have to consider as a change affected on this cost price. And making any change in its price that will affect the selling price. So here 10% decrease, that's simply 100 minus 10, 90. And 10%, no change here, that is 0. So you have to keep the selling price as 100 itself. Once you're familiar with this concept, then you can easily reach the conclusion what is the net cost price and net selling price. After getting these two components, then we can easily calculate what is the profit percentage or loss percentage. In most of this set of questions, the result will end in a profit percentage in normal situations. Very rarely only some questions you will get related to loss percentage. So suppose we just consider how it will occur. Suppose by a faulty weighing machine, suppose the seller is selling the product at something percentage more than the actual weight. So at that time you have to add the value in cost price ratio. So that will make a kind of loss there. Very rarely only you will get such a type of questions. So hope you got the application properly. So whenever you are facing such a set of questions, you can directly apply this concept and in its ultimate set of operation, instead of assuming the values like this, directly you can assume which is the cost price and which is the selling price. Thanks for watching.